There are three types of experiments that you can conduct in Google Optimize: A/B, or also known as A/B test, multivariate test, and a redirect test. A/B test, also called A/B test, is an experiment using two or more variants of the same web page, variant A and variant B, as well as variant C, D, E, F, etc. Using two versions, A and B, is the simplest form of A/B test, but you can test many variants at the same time. Variant A is the original and is also called control. Other variants contain one or more elements that are modified from the original. For example, you could use a different call to action button. The wordings on the call to action button could be different. The headline on all these pages is different. The images they are using is different. Or a bunch of these elements are different. So what you're doing is you're testing version A and comparing other versions to it and see which one drives better outcome. Visitors to the page are randomly shown one of the variant, and then Optimize captures the data for each variant against an objective that you have outlined. For example, reducing bounce rate or increasing conversions, etc., and then identifies which one drives the better outcome. You can also use specific audience for your experiment using the targeting capabilities of Google Optimize. A multivariate test tests variants of two or more elements simultaneously to see which combination creates the best outcome. So instead of showing which page variant is more effective, MVT or multivariate test identifies the most effective variants of each element, as well as analyzing the interaction between those elements. Multivariate tests are useful for optimizing multiple aspects of a page. Here is an example of a multivariate test. You have 6 combinations made out of 2 elements. One is the heading. So you got one heading and heading 2. And then you have 3 different colors for one of the boxes. So total we're testing heading 1, blue color, heading 1, red color, heading 1, green color, heading 2, blue color, heading 2, red color, heading 2, green color. You could potentially test more combination. So we're trying to figure out which combination works best, and not only which combination works best, but which elements have how much weight or impact in driving the outcome that you desire. And if it's not clear at this point, don't worry, it'll become clear as we create a test in future lectures. Keep in mind that the number of variants that you require to test is a multiplication of number of variants of each element that you're testing. For example, if you're changing 2 elements, headline and color, with the following number of variants, 2 headlines, 3 color variants, then you will have total of 6 page variants to test. On the other hand, if you are going to change 3 elements, headline, color, and image, with following number of variants, headline 2 variants, color 3 variants, image 2 variants, then you will have total of 12 page variants to test. Keep in mind, the more variants you have, the more traffic you will need to run the test and longer the time frame it'll require. So keep that in mind when running your multivariate tests. The third type of experiment you can do in Google Optimize is redirect test. A redirect test is a type of A/B test that allows you to test separate pages against each other. Redirect test is also called split test. In redirect test, you change the URL of the page instead of an elements on the page. So you're not changing the elements, you're just sending the users to 2 different URLs. A set of users is sent to one page and the other users are sent to the other page. For example, if you're testing the home page, you can have index.html and your variant could be index2.html. You are splitting the users into 2 groups and showing them 2 different pages. Redirect tests are useful when you want to test 2 very different designs of a page. We will create all these experiments in next few lectures.